The 19-year-old Manisha was a quiet and shy girl by nature whose world was limited to her family. She had no idea that her fate would be so painful and horrifying that even the devil would be shaken by seeing it. What is going to happen next in this case not only raises a lot of questions but also shows how justice can be swindled in broad daylight, and to understand this, we will talk about every aspect related to this case and raise those questions which this system is trying its best to suppress. Therefore, I have a small request that please spread this to as many people as possible. This case is from India near New Delhi Dhani Laxman village of Loharu in Bhiwani district of Haryana, where on August 11, 2025, like every day, Manisha leaves her house for Kids Care Bal Vidyalaya, where she worked as a teacher. Manisha did not expect that her steps that left the house would never reach the threshold again. On the same day at 1:58 p.m., Manisha left the school to get an admission form from a nearby nursing college, and she had told her father about this. This footage is the only digital evidence in which Manisha was seen for the last time. When Manisha did not reach home till the end of the day, Manisha's grandfather, who was present at home, started worrying about her. With the passage of time, the grandfather's worry was increasing, and in this worry he approached the driver of the bus by which Manisha used to go to school every day. The bus driver told the grandfather that Manisha had to go to the college after school to get an admission form, due to which she must have been a little late. Grandfather's mind got some peace after hearing this from the bus driver. But when Manisha did not return home even by 4:30 p.m., he called Manisha's father Sanjay Singh and informed him. Late in the evening around 6:15 p.m., Sanjay gets a call from Manisha. But in this call, which lasted for 10 seconds, he does not hear any voice from Manisha and the call gets disconnected. After that, Manisha's phone starts showing switched off. When he called home, he came to know that Manisha had not returned home yet. When the fear of something untoward started growing in his heart, without wasting any time, Sanjay immediately took a bus from Loharu and reached Ideal International College of Singhani, from where Manisha had gone to get the nursing form. When Sanjay asks the college guard whether a girl named Manisha has come there, he denies. Sanjay gets the same answer at the reception also. But the thing that Sanjay noticed was that all the three present at that reception were drunk. Sanjay immediately informed the police by dialing 112, and when he again reached the college with the policeman, the college staff refused to show the CCTV footage. Sanjay along with his uncle reached Loharu police station and asked the police to register a report. But the police refused to listen to anything and avoid the matter by saying that Manisha must have run away with someone or gone for a picnic with friends and will return in a day or two. Hearing such things about his daughter from the police and seeing their lax attitude, her father Sanjay returns home helpless and disappointed. The next morning on August 12, Sanjay again reaches Loharu police station, where after making excuses the whole day, finally at 5:30 p.m. ASI Shakuntala registers his report. After this, when ASI Shakuntala asks to go to Ideal College and show the CCTV footage, the college staff refuses to show the footage and says that they can show them the CCTV footage only in the presence of the police. The police not only returns from there but also does not consider it necessary to trace the last location of Manisha's mobile. The next day on August 13, Sanjay gets a call from ASI Shakuntala that she has found a dead body of a girl in a field near a canal, about 1 kilometer away from Ideal College, and he will have to come there to identify the body. Sanjay's heart sank after hearing this from ASI, and he reached there to identify the body without any delay. As soon as Sanjay saw the body, it was as if his world had completely collapsed. His daughter was lying lifeless in front of him, and the condition of the body was such that it would make anyone's heart tremble. Manisha's body was lying in a field, and her face was badly decomposed as if acid had been poured on it. Both her eyes were missing. The face had decayed to such an extent that the entire jaw was visible. Manisha's neck was almost missing and was attached to her body only by a few inches. The news of Manisha's death had spread like wildfire in the entire village, and everyone who was seeing Manisha's body had this question in their mind: that who is responsible for Manisha's condition? Who is the one who committed this atrocity? All the people who were hearing the news of Manisha's death were now getting angry, and a large crowd started gathering at the place where the police had found Manisha's body. Seeing the angry crowd, the police quickly seized the area and sent the body to Bhiwani's civil hospital for post-mortem. This anger was more because of the initial attitude of the police, because everyone said that if the police had acted in time, Manisha would probably have been alive today. There was only one slogan on the lips of all the people sitting on the dharna, that they want justice for Manisha and they will not stop until Manisha's murderers are punished. But neither Manisha's family nor the people of Haryana were ready for what came out in Manisha's post-mortem report. In fact, that completely changed the picture of the case. Whoever saw the body was convinced that Manisha had been raped and then tortured and murdered. But according to the post-mortem report that came from Bhiwani Civil Hospital on August 14, doctors said that traces of organophosphorus, which is an insecticide, were found in Manisha's kidneys and intestines. And the angle of rape was denied by saying that semen was not found on Manisha's body or clothes. And there were no marks of struggle on her body either. So on the basis of the post-mortem report, the police came to the conclusion that Manisha was neither murdered nor raped. After this, the anger of Manisha's family along with the people of the entire state against the police and administration was bound to erupt, and that is what happened. Therefore, to cover up the case, the government transferred some policemen and suspended some. To prevent the matter from spreading much, the internet was banned, and to pacify the family, the body was sent to Rohtak PGI for a second post-mortem on August 16. But the report here turned out to be even more blatant than this. PGI Medical Superintendent Dr. Kundan Mittal said that the cut marks on the neck are irregular and it is suspected that a wild animal may have bitten it. Also, the same things were repeated which said that there is no angle of rape due to the absence of semen, the bad condition of the face is not due to acid attack but due to wild animals. When these details reached the family, they refused to perform Manisha's last rites and demanded that they will not perform the last rites until the murderer is caught. On August 18, the police suddenly claimed that they have found a note written by Manisha. How did the police get this note so many days after the body was found? And if this note was already there, then why was it kept hidden for so many days? All the people and the family started thinking that this is a big cover-up to save someone with a lot of influence who is the real culprit in this case. To silence the voices raised for justice and justice. A day later, Haryana CM tweets that as per the demand, this case will be investigated by CBI and a third post-mortem will be conducted in AMS. But to be honest, in Manisha's case, there have been so many big mistakes in the investigation and post-mortem right from the beginning that it has become almost impossible to come out with the truth. And why am I saying this? Let's understand this in depth. The police actually did nothing in the name of investigation. Neither did they get the CCTV footage of the college strictly in time, nor did they preserve the crime scene properly. In fact, neither did they find Manisha's missing phone, nor did they check her call records and last active location. Which is the most basic step of police investigation. Seeing the condition of the body, it was clear that the neck and the entire part above it were completely damaged intentionally. Because only from the neck it could be known that the murder was done by strangulation. There is a hyoid bone in the anterior midline of the neck, the fracture of which reveals in forensics that the death was due to manual strangulation. Police and doctors say that it must have been eaten by an animal. But is this really possible? Because animals always eat the parts with soft tissues first. But here only the hard bone part was damaged and the soft tissues were not even touched by the animal. Manisha's clothes were also untouched. Neither were they torn due to animal scratching, nor was any animal saliva found in it, which was obvious if the body was really eaten by an animal. That is, this theory seems to have been made only to hide the truth. No organ was missing in the body and the entire body from the neck down was intact. Both the post-mortem reports are contradictory in themselves. In the PM report of Bhiwani Civil Hospital, it is mentioned that the salwar was torn and the nara was open. Yellow color salwar found torn and nara found open with struggle sign appreciated over salwar. That is, according to the reports, there were clear signs of struggle. That is, Manisha had tried to save herself. Surprisingly, Manisha had deep injuries on both her knees. But the salwar was completely clean from that place. If Manisha had been wearing salwar at the time of injury, it would have been worn or torn from that place. This means that the salwar was either worn after death or taken off before death. It is circumstantial but still an important angle. Now will a girl take off her clothes and lie down in an open field, where common people come and go? Surprisingly, the angle of rape was denied just because of non-availability of semen. Whereas the Supreme Court held that non-presence of semen is immaterial. This means that the presence or absence of semen does not verify the existence of rape. If we look at the angle of poison, we would have found something like a bottle, wrapper, or paper from the crime scene, but nothing like that was found. And signs after consumption of poison like diarrhea, foaming from mouth, vomiting. In such a case, her stains would have been found on the clothes, but there is no mention of such. Manisha's shoes were found lying at the crime scene as if someone had deliberately taken them off and thrown them. Liquor bottle and tire marks were also found near the crime scene. But the police did not consider it necessary to do a forensic test of them. Soil sample, match of tire prints and most recent mobile tire dump, i.e. to trace which numbers were active around that area, which ones got switched off later. The police did not do anything like this in the name of efforts. Here, no statements were taken from Manisha's call records, her friend circle, school, relatives. Neither the angle of fight, quarrel, affair was checked. The biggest thing is that the post-mortem report of Bhiwani Civil Hospital and the post-mortem report of Rohtak PGI do not match each other. There is a mention in the Bhiwani PM report that the eyeballs are missing. On the other hand, it is written in the report of Rohtak PGI that the cornea and pupil were fully decomposed. When the part was not there, how did the decomposition happen? Now talking about the viscera, Bhiwani Hospital had sent only the parts of half kidney and spleen for viscera. But when the body went to Rohtak PGI, they declared the organs like kidney, spleen, uterus, even ovaries as completely absent. When only the parts of half kidney and spleen were sent, then how was the complete organ declared absent? Not only this, Rohtak PGI said in its report that the body was covered with mud. Whereas the body was sent from Bhiwani Hospital to PGI wrapped in plastic, fully washed and without clothes. Because once the post-mortem of the body is done, it is washed. So in such a situation, how did Rohtak PGI find mud in the body and grass leaves on the hair? From all these points it is clear that either the report of Rohtak PGI was made like this intentionally or a wrong report was made in haste due to oversight. Is it possible that when people started creating a ruckus, another post-mortem was done just for the sake of drama so that it could be shown to everyone that an impartial investigation is being done on their demand? The most shocking thing is that if seen from a scientific angle, the time of death mentioned in the post-mortem report is also doubtful. Scientifically, after death, the flies present in the surrounding area lay eggs on the dead body within 2 to 3 hours of death, which were also found on Manisha's body according to the post-mortem report. But when more than 24 hours have passed since death, maggots are found in the body. Here, maggots were not found on Manisha's body at the time of post-mortem. This means that Manisha's first post-mortem was done within 24 hours of her death. But according to the report, Manisha had died 2 to 3 days before. Where decomposition is fast in this rainy season. In such a situation, if it had been 2 to 3 days since death, maggots would definitely have been found in the body. This means that this point directly contradicts the timing of death mentioned in the report. This also shows that there must have been less than 24 hours between Manisha's death and the first post-mortem. The first post-mortem took place at 7 p.m. on August 14. This means that the death must have happened after 7 p.m. on August 13. 2. This is a presumption. But this angle cannot be ignored from a scientific approach. All the reasons given in this case seem very hollow. First of all is the note which the police found several days after Manisha's body was found, and more importantly, the handwriting of that note. In the note that is being shown, every word is written separately. It seems as if the writer has written it very leisurely. Whereas the mindset of the person writing such a note is so agitated that in such a situation, the flow of handwriting is slightly distorted and not so composed. In the note, neither Manisha has mentioned any such step nor any such intention as the police is saying. The second point is that of insecticide which was found in Manisha's body in the form of organophosphorus in the PM report. But some experts believe that such pesticides are used in the fields of our country which contain organophosphorus, due to which its residues contaminate groundwater. In such a situation, if someone drinks water from the tube wells in the fields and gets a blood test done, then traces of organophosphorus will be found in it as well. But according to the police, Manisha herself went and bought it from the shop. To prove this point, the police even showed the bill and the register entry, where people generally do not ask for the bill even after buying goods from the shop. They're a girl who is so unhappy with life. After buying poison, asks for the bill from the shop and also makes an entry in the shop register, where today the angle of rape and murder is being denied. There in the beginning of this case, the police itself had written in its inquiry report that the murder was committed by slitting the throat after doing a wrong thing. Meaning, on the first day the police itself accepted the angle of murder and then later the entire narrative changed. When a plea for justice was made, the government handed over the lollipop of suspension and transfer of police officers. Whereas the need was to hand over this case to an officer with a good and honest track record. But no, on the contrary, to control the truth and narrative, the internet was banned in many cities. Looking at the past cases, now there is very little hope that the CBI or AMS's third PM report will be able to reveal anything new in this case. So what does this whole case show? That there are so many loopholes in the investigation that even if the real murderer is caught, he will easily escape the clutches of the law. Because in the court, the benefit of doubt always goes to the accused. Because of this, it would not be wrong to say that this appears to be a clear-cut murder case with high probability of rape and attempt to rape, which has been damaged so much by negligence and manipulation that it seems impossible to expect truth and justice.